I want everybody to imagine something. Booting up your favorite shooter, your adrenaline's pumping, you're clutching a 27-0 kill streak, feeling invincible, and just out of the blue, bam, a 30-second commercial for laundry detergent. Your flow is now gone, the lobby's moved on, and guess what? The next ad is already queued. Man, that would make me so mad. You know, they say the best things in life are free. And Xbox just dangled free cloud gaming in front of us like a neon sign that reads no cash required. It's bright, it's enticing, and for a moment, feels like a genuine gift from the gaming gods. But hold up. Before you even think about hitting that play button, there is a catch, and it's a big one. The second that you tap it, the timer will start, and 2 minutes of unskippable ads, a 1 hour session cap, and a hard wall at 5 hours for the entire month. So let's talk about the ad onslaught. Let's start with the obvious bruise, a 2-minute pre-rolled ad. And let's be real. It's rarely a groundbreaking movie trailer. It's usually the same few generic commercials on repeat, morning, noon, or 3 a.m. You know the jingle by the heart before you even see your game's loading screen. 2 minutes sound harmless until you realize your restart sessions every hour when the hard cap boots you. Do that 5 times and you've sat through 10 minutes of ads for every 50 minutes of actual play. Think about that. For every 5 hours you try to play, you've spent a full hour staring at ads. Even YouTube only asks for a 6-second bumper before letting you skip. Xbox, they want the full runway. And worse, the ads are front-loaded, meaning you can't even trick the system by tabbing out because the stream won't begin until the countdown hits 0. No sneaky alt-tabbing, no muting and walking away for a minute. You're basically a captive audience strapped until the timer hits 0. So as you can see here, Microsoft, launched free cloud gaming. Yeah, they did. They did overhaul their Xbox subscription, which I think everybody knows, to the essential, the premium, and the ultimate tiers, and adding, the PC only plan. But here's the thing. It covers streaming games. I'm sorry, let me back up here. So without a Game Pass. So sources familiar with the internal tests describe 2 minutes of pre-rolled advertising before sessions become available. Exactly what I was kind of talking to. Followed by a permitted play window of up to 1 hour. Really, 1 hour. Most tutorials are 1 hour long. And then early sessions are also capped at 5 free hours per month. Microsoft is said to be adjusting those parameters as it prepares the public beta. The ad-supported service would run on the PC, Xbox consoles, handheld devices, and web browsers. I don't even know what to say to this. To me, again, ridiculous. I mean, if you truly think about it, look, we know the end game. The end game is to push you to their subscription service. They're going to make your life so miserable if you try this free gaming service that clicking that button to pay per month, chances are you're going to do it. So the other thing I do want to touch base on is, the trial covers streaming games that the player owns. Really? If I own the game, why would I use a cloud service? I mean, I get it. I might have to download the game, but guess what? If I download the game, now I can play it. I don't have to worry about the ads. Temporary free play titles. So again, rotatable, temporary free play day titles, and a selection of retro classics. So paying subscribers will still benefit from the higher streaming quality and the fewer restrictions. As I already stated, what they're doing, they're going to make your life miserable. They're going to dangle, a couple things in front of you, entice you, and then ad comes up, again, pushing you to that tier. When we talk about retro classics, look, I don't want to say anything bad toward the retro classics. I know people love them. I grew up playing the classics, but really, I don't really need this. I mean, come on, the boxing, bridge, checkers, barnstorming. Look, back in the day, I loved them, but to me, the graphics just don't hold up anymore, and I have no interest. Again, no disrespect to anybody out there who would still have the interest that want to play that. Again, I want to go back to the ads because, those hourglass ads, I'm going to tell you right now, they're going to be annoying. I mean, that's basically where the trap is going to snap shut. One continuous hour, the stream collapses. There's no save state, no warning beyond a sterile 60-second ticker. Really, it's not a friendly nudge. It's basically a cold hard shutdown. You could be in the middle of defeating a boss, and all of a sudden, bam, shuts down on you. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say to this. You know, I'd be so angry if I was about to, do a critical hit, or I was about to finish some crucial quest, and then I get shut down. As I already kind of hinted, the free tier again, it only streams titles you already own. We just looked at the retro classics, and also again titles you already own. Let's be honest. I mean, just oh my gosh, just download and play it locally. And then again, you get a rotating handful of free play demos. As I already stated, I know the end game state. It's the upgrade nudge. I mean, companies do this all the time. Look at mobile games. They're going to dangle things in front of you, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, you ran out of tokens. You can buy more or come back in 24 hours. So it definitely entices players to spend their money. In this case, Xbox wants you to buy their tiers. So let me kind of break this down again, guys. If this is making you rethink that harmless free button, hit subscribe. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button for more videos. Again, I love slicing through, all this gaming news, trying to breaking it down where I can. If you like the video, again, click the like button, and obviously, hit the bell. So I would appreciate that. Now, the other thing I do want to touch base before I kind of wrap this up is really kind of around the network toll. A lot of people always think, oh, cloud, it's, hey, I can download my games, whatever you want to do. But you can't forget about one thing. It's the infrastructure gamble. I mean, cloud gaming is already a demanding beast. It's going to require a solid low latency connection. And you're talking even kind of the data center where they host all this, and even what's coming into your home, household, apartment, however you want to say it. But now you got to layer in 2 minutes of high definition video ads before the game stream even begins. So if your Wi-Fi, maybe even your hard connection, if it's not up to snuff, if that thing even blinks during a pre-roll buffer, whether it's the ads, the games, from my understanding, you're going to be forced to rewatch the entire commercial block again. So you could be down watching that ad, and you go minute 45 seconds, and all of a sudden you have a hiccup. Now you're going to have to rewatch that entire ad. So again, during your peak hours, your game data, it's not even, it's going to be competing against other players. It's going to be competing against your ad servers, your analytics, all the back end processes designed to track your engagement. And so basically, yeah, what I was saying about all this, I mean, when you think about reducing latency, again, your cloud connection, or your connection to the cloud, is extremely important. When you think about cloud gaming, it's exactly right here. You need ultra low latency data centers. They're designed to ensure that data travels as quickly as possible, between the gamers and the servers. There's multiple things that kind of impact this. Again, your proximity to the gamers, high speed networking, whatever you got coming into your house, whatever's going into the data center, from your fiber optics, your direct peering, which is, you connecting back to your ISP, your internet service providers. Are there any bottlenecks there? Obviously from a mobile, you're looking at 5G integration. Again, I don't do too much on the mobile end. And then obviously you got to look at the distributed server architecture, spreading game servers across multiple regions. You now can ensure players, are going to connect to the nearest and the fastest servers. So yeah, there's a lot that goes into this. And then really, kind of the last thing is when you look at your hardware optimization. Some people have high-end computers, other people may have that lower end or even a mid-tier. So now you got to factor all that in, from your GPUs for your videos, from what type of drive you're using. And even nowadays, they're using kind of that AI powered traffic management. So to help with network congestion and rerouting data where they can. So all of this comes into play. Again, if you play early morning, you play midday, evening, you're going to have a different experience every single time that you do this. So, guys, I do, I do want to kind of wrap this up. So, again, let's recap all this for everybody. 2 minutes of ads every launch, 1 hour hard stop, 5 hour monthly ceiling, slim pickings in the library, and basically your behavioral data is footing the bill. I mean, I guarantee they're capturing all this data. Microsoft to me isn't just launching a charity; they're basically manufacturing inconvenience at an industrial scale. Hey, look, the free tier, this is not a new way to play. It's a feature length trailer for Game Pass, and you're the audience. They're going to dangle this, and they want you to immediately go and pay for Game Pass. Look, please, everybody, understand the hustle, what's going on here. Plan your sessions. If you do choose to pay, do it on your own terms, not because the clock wore you down and you don't have a choice. Look, the best things in life might be free, but in gaming, the freest thing you can do is just walk away when the house starts charging rent on fun. So with that, hit F5, reset and reload. I'm F5 Dad. I'll see you on the next video.